Mabuhay pageant fans! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey Adam G. So how are you all doing? Well, it's time for me to share you all my top picks from last weekend's Aqua Boracay show. And as you can see, I went all the way there to cover the event to all your heart's content because I am just as invested as you guys to cover this segment of the competition for the first time ever. For me, it feels like a sneak peek already of their swimsuit prelims performance next month. So going there was really worth the money that I paid for. So it is in this note that I would like to thank the whole Miss Universe Philippines organization for giving me access in all their events there. They were so generous in allowing me to cover their events, provided that I still adhere to the rules. And as an accredited media of the organization, it is very important that I have their trust and confidence. So I was very careful to follow all their rules so that I could give you all the content that you wanted. Yun nga lang, hindi ko nabibigay real time, pero nabibigay ko pa rin naman sa inyo eventually. So in those 3 nights that I was in Boracay, I made sure I worked my ass off in giving you all the content that you like. Kung nasaan sila, sinusundan ko talaga silang lahat. Never mind that I was already losing sleep. Ma-upload ko lang yung content ko sa inyo as much as I can, as fast as I can. So maraming salamat sa inyong lahat for all the high viewership again I got from all the content I made there. During the show, I was fed well. The buffet before the show in the hotel was very sumptuous. Ang daming pagkain at sasarap pa, kaya busog na busog ako sa coverage. Kaya thank you din to the whole staff of Aqua Boracay for giving me the warmest welcome and freedom to roam around the facilities and its amenities kahit na hindi ako naka-check-in doon. So from its PR led by Sir Frank Briones na nilait-lait nyo sa kanyang hosting skills during the awarding ceremony, all the way to the staff and crew of the reception area, sobrang salamat po talaga for all the help that you have given me. Dinala ko kasi lahat ng shooting equipment ko from Manila just so I would be ever ready for any type of content na pwede kong magawa doon. So, thank you po talaga. And I can't wait to be back there again next year. This time around, mag-check-in na talaga ako doon because I really had a great time there. So, salamat MUPH and Aqua Boracay. I can't wait to be back next year. So now, going back to business, pag-usapan na natin ang listahan ko from last weekend's show. I know I came out with my own top 20 ranking of the girls. Of course, may top 20 na na-announce, pero it still is not stopping me from having my own ranking of the event. So my basis for choosing my top 20 here is the confidence and the gracefulness of these ladies that these ladies exhibited on stage. Doon talaga ako tumingin kung gaano sila ka-confident in walking down the ramp in their respective swimwear. So here it is. So let's start. At my 20th spot is Mandaue, Cebu's Victoria Leslie Ingram. Guys, buhay na buhay talaga ang dugo ko when this lady came out to perform on stage. It was sassy and baklang-bakla talaga with all those one leg up poses after twirl. Alam niyo yon, this lady is such a performer and it really brings her joy in doing it. And what I love about Victoria's performance here is her remarkable improvement with her pasarela. I noticed she kind of toned down her unnatural big smile, which she always includes with her facial transitions. And ngayon, na nakita natin sa Boracay, just does a minimal of it. And I really like that. So nakikinig siya talaga. Na alam mo yung baklang-bakla pa rin siya, pero alam mo yung nagpipigil that extends to her end poses na may paliyad, smiles, as she was such a character on stage. And kahit ang dami-dami niyang mga pakulong ito, ang linis-linis pa rin niya maglakad. So ganun ka-interesting talaga yung performance niya. I just wish the judges appreciated her more. And now we go to my 19th spot and I'm giving it to Mary Rose Giral from Nai, Cavite. Am I the only one who is including this lady among the best of the best in this segment of the competition? Wow! What a pleasant surprise this lady was during the swimsuit show. Ang linis-linis din pala maglakad ni Mary Rose Giral. And what I love about her performance here is she was able to execute the right balance of sexiness in her catwalk. Because if you look at her turns that she did here, she was taking a bit of her time to pose before she makes the next pose or move. So mas lalo ko na-appreciate yung lakad niya. Nakikita ko na walang cluttery, hindi kikil, pero napapansin ko pa rin because she is taking her time to enjoy her moment with connecting to the judges and to the audience in the end. And may I add, ang kinis-kinis rin talaga ng balat niya. So, overall, she was really a pleasant surprise here. And now we go to my 18th spot, and I'm giving it to Bianca Tapia from the Filipino community of Hawaii. This lady has been growing on me since the past few weeks, and I see the effort that she has been doing to make her a standout in the competition. I am really amazed at how Bianca has grown leaps and bounds when it comes to her styling and catwalk. However, is that just me or what? But whenever we talk about her styling, especially during sport events like this one, she always comes short of my expectations. No doubt she has one of the cleanest walks in the competition, but I am underwhelmed with her hairstyling here. I really feel straight hair is her strongest look, and I feel she is just reserving it come prelims time. So that's why we ended up seeing her in curls. And now we go to my 17th spot, and I'm giving it to Matea Smith from the Filipino community of Florida. I am really sad that this lady did not get a call last week, and as I feel she deserved to be up there talaga. It's not even top 20 talaga ba, guys? I just love how confident talaga and graceful she is with her own body, a product of her hard work as an athlete. Na laban in all aspects, and you can really see how she is enjoying every moment she has on stage because of that smile. The turns, the smiles, the twirls, everything just looks so cohesive. And it's just unfortunate that the judges weren't on the same page with me when it comes to Matea. I don't know if it has something to do with her build, but that athletic body really has to be showcased because those muscles are really made for winning. And so I just really hope that that we will have a diverse set of judges come preliminaries very, very soon. And now we go to my 16th spot, and I'm giving it to Engineer Angel Rose Tambal from Leyte. My God, I wasn't expecting so much from this beautiful engineer, but I was really speechless after seeing her finish her walk here. Ang linis din! Who knew this girl could walk this great? And I'm really impressed. May pitik, may konting landi, and the twirls and strides were so smooth too. Na latinang aura niya with the big hair, the walk, the hair flips. Everything was just wow. She was really such a big revelation here. Yun nga lang how I wish she could have smiled more during her turn as she was so serious to look at the whole time. Alam mo yung napaka-abrupt ng transition niya from her sweet demeanor during the press presentation until to these events na alam mo biglang 180-degree turn na fierce all of a sudden. Na sana she could learn how to strike a balance of both sweetness and fierceness in her next presentation. And now we go to my 15th spot, and I'm giving it to Cyril Payumo from Pampanga. Am I the only one who thinks Cyril could have done so much more in this show last weekend? For some reason talaga, guys, I really felt her walk was underwhelming here, considering that we know her to be a killer when it comes to this department. I was really expecting so much from her, but ended up getting disappointed. I didn't feel the same excitement like I had felt for her in previous shows. Because I don't know, was she nervous? Was she tired? Parang walang pitik eh. Para lang siyang naglakad from point A to point B. Ganun ang naramdaman ko from her during the show. But despite that, I know Cyril talaga wanted to perfect her walk because I saw how diligently she practiced her walk even on the first night of her arrival there. Maybe she was very mindful of the holes of the wooden pavement which could have made her heels stuck on it. And I also noticed how she hardly smiled all throughout her presentation. So all the more I feel it contributed to her lukewarm performance. So Cyril, please smile more next time. Okay? And now we go to my 14th spot, and I'm giving it to Alexandra Rosales from Laguna. It's always such a joy to watch Alexandra Rosales talaga on stage, as she is the type of performer who just exudes the right amount of sexiness and sassiness for her walk on stage. Alam mo yun, guys, hindi masyadong OA maglakad, given ang sexy-sexy niya talaga palagi. And watching her walk here makes you realize how far this lady has come in her pageant career. Face, body, and walk, everything talaga was on point. Na she is just such a natural on stage. And as a pageant veteran, she has nothing to prove anymore. Ganun siya kagaling in her own right. And now we go to my 13th spot and I'm giving it to Chelsea Manalo from Bulacan. This lady is born to be a model and I'm glad that we are seeing lots of it right now. And I'm just so relieved that Chelsea is back in the competition after missing some events for the past few weeks. The thing with Chelsea, when you see her walk, she really backs up her sheer beauty with her great modeling skills, as if everything is just innate from her on stage. And I just love that because it makes her look so natural on stage. Na she just makes everything so effortless. Simpleng-simple maglakad pero markado. Gets nyo? And now we go to my 12th spot and I'm giving it to Chris Tiffany Hansen from Cebu City. What a thrill it is to see Chris on stage. Una mo talagang mapapansin talaga yung mukha niya talaga as that face is really serving all the time. Kahit na wag mo na muna tignan yung body transformation niya dito for MUPH. Buhay na buhay ka na kaagad talaga tignan yung mukha niya as she starts ramping down. Na alam mo yung marirealize mo talaga, she really has a star quality talaga. But what amazes me more with her performance here is her body transformation. How she completely transformed herself to have this kind of body is just so remarkable. Na alam mo yun na she is really doing her homework. Siguro if there's only one critic that I have for her, I hope she can still show something new to her catwalk para we can get more excited. But again, as I've said in the past, with a face like hers, who still needs to do all those extra movements on stage? Pero wag ka. Nararamdaman ko rin as I'm still observing her calmness on stage and I feel it's so dangerous kaya ingat pa rin ako magsalita sa kanya. At malay mo, biglain niya lang tayo sa finals at mapapanganga na lang talaga tayo. And now we go to my 11th spot and I'm giving it to Kimberly Street from the Filipino community of Australia. Oh my gosh, guys, I am so in love with Kimberly's catwalk here as it's just so smooth and clean from start to finish. She just has this imposing presence on stage. Maybe because of her athletic body and height, so she really easily stands out. The hair, twirls, smile are all just giving in this performance na ang ganda-ganda rin pala ng body proportions niya which I liken to Rachel Peters' Vavoom body before na talagang alam mo tindig beauty queen talaga. This lady has been so quiet from the get-go but when the occasion calls for it, she really rises to it. As in nakikipagbardagulan at laban sa mga frontrunners. I am really telling you guys, I am feeling something from this girl. She is looming to be a dark horse in this year's competition. Do you agree? And now we go to my top 10 and number 10 on my list here is, surprise! Huwag kayong magagalit sa akin, Alexi Brooks from Iloilo City. Peace, guys. This lady, let me explain, this lady is so hot to trot. The moment she came out on stage and did that twirl immediately, I knew she would definitely kill it. You can really see that she was really having so much fun with those twirls and hip sway na she did na nararamdaman mo talaga na she just walked so confidently and proudly showing her body, which is a result of her athleticism. However, the only thing I don't like about her performance here is her facial transitions. It seems unnatural. Yung sudden open mouth in the middle of her performance seems unnatural and I would love for her to keep practicing that for it to be fluid. And I also feel there are moments in her walk where she seems to be malikot in executing her pasarela, whether it's with her strides or smile. So overall, ang aggressive niyang masyadong tignan on stage. Alam mo yun? So for sure, alam na ng mga handlers niya kung ano yung sinasabi ko and I hope they can remedy that before preliminary competition. So that's why I'm ranking her at this position. And now we go to my 9th spot and I'm giving it to, surprise, surprise again, Atisa Manalo from Quezon Province. I have to admit, it took me quite some time to come out with this vlog because of what I have to say about this lady. Admittedly, she is the front runner of this year's competition, so much is really expected from her part. Pero sadly, it wasn't a show-stopping performance that I was expecting from Atisa. As a result, I got so confused with her performance because it feels like she hasn't really mastered yet how to execute her pasarela, the Miss Universe way, at this point in time. You know what I mean? From her hair extensions, heavy tan, to even her shaky movement on stage. which is the least thing that I should be expecting from someone like Atisa, everything did not jive well. So I'm wondering why it turned out that way. I don't know if this is only a strategy from her team or something. It's just a miss that I'm not getting. Kasi na parang doesn't add up all together. But then again, you can never go wrong with that face. Ang Diyosa talaga ng mukha ni Atisa. But then again, she cannot just rely on that alone or even her name to save her. So I don't know if what's happening with Atisa's walk right now, pero I really hope that she's really coming out with a surprise for us come preliminary competition. And now we go to my 8th spot and I'm giving it to Stacey Gabriel from Cainta. Grabe guys, ramdam nyo ba yung gigil niya the whole time she was on stage? Stacey is definitely making up for lost time for each sponsored event she wasn't called during the early days of the competition with this fiery performance. As in, ramdam na ramdam mo talaga yung gigil niya as soon as she stepped out on stage. Na she was really gigil to the point there was a turn that she did there that was a bit wobbly. Apart from the fact that she overshot the runway by going almost near the media section just to compose of photographers, videographers, and vloggers like me just to post. So if I were a judge, I would definitely deduct some points from her score because of going beyond her mark. I feel her hair extension was too long to camouflage her height. I mean, don't get me wrong, the high pony extension was a great look for her. How I wish though she could have lessened its length. Yeah, just to camouflage her height. But overall, she really killed it. She was just having fun on stage. Never mind if she didn't follow instructions towards the end of her presentation. And now we go to my 7th spot and I'm giving it to Anita Rose Gomez from Zambales. The level of energy and sex appeal this lady has is so insane on stage. I know she looks so tiny on stage, but the intensity of her hip sway or yung paghampas ng balakang niya from east to west is just enough to make her look tall side by side with the veterans in the competition. Grabe, ang linis-linis din talaga niya maglakad, which makes me all the more impressed with her confidence level considering that her heels early had apparently got stuck in the wooden pavement of the runway show during rehearsal. So she had to switch to her alternate heels right away. And it only goes to show talaga how well she can carry herself despite the challenges confronting her way on stage. So kahit nililipad-lipad yung buhok niya, panalo pa rin yung performance niya sa akin. And now we go to my 6th spot and I'm giving it to Christy McGarry from Taguig City. There is no denying talaga that Christy's strong stage presence, and we got to see a lot of it during the show. Her towering height and toned body are enough to send shivers down the spine. Ang haba-haba niya talagang tignan with those my-long legs aided with her natural aura and commanding presence. Her hair curls too was also a welcome departure from her previous hairstyle, so it's a breath of fresh air on her part. Maybe she just loved to put her hair down literally and opted for that mermaid feels because she was in a beach setting after all, and I get that. However, I would love for her talaga to go back to her high pony look for prelims because I feel that is her most powerful look talaga by far. And I also feel that she underperformed in this round, which I feel is a shame, knowing she has all the goods to do it. Sana kung ano yung ginagawa ni Anita when she walks, sana ganun din katindi maglakad talaga si Christy when it comes to her pasarela walk. Kasi she really has the capacity. But then again, it's just my opinion. And as I do this vlog, apparently, former Miss International title holder Edimar Martinez has just liked the reel that I uploaded of Christy's pasarela during the show. So kahit naninitpick ko yung lakad ni Christy as quite dry or kulang sa alam mo yun, sa pitik at character the Latinos like Edimar Martinez are still apparently liking it. So I think ganun talaga katindi ang appeal talaga ni Christy McGarry. But then again, I would really love for her to really kill it every time she comes out on stage. And now we go to my top 5, and number 5 on my list here is Victoria Velasquez Vincent from Bacoor, Cavite. This lady has been improving so much when it comes to her catwalk since 3 years ago. Victoria's remarkable transformation through her walk and styling has been very impressive since the beginning of this year's competition. And what I super love about VVV in this year's edition is just she seems so chill and relaxed in executing every strategy that she has been doing. And mind you, it has been such a joy just to watch her from the sidelines. For her performance here in Aqua Boracay, notice how again she is just so relaxed here and just executes the right amount of sexiness of her walk, which I feel contributes to the overall fluidity of her walk. Na ang linis-linis din ng lakad niya dito, na everything is just so polished from head to toe. The classiness in her sexy walk is just so evident here. So well done, VVV. And now we go to my 4th spot, and I'm giving it to El Homan from Mariveles. At long last talaga, guys, this girl makes it in my list finally because of how good she was on stage last time. I've been noticing her from the get-go, but I just find it hard to connect with her due to her strong facial features. Elle is such a statuesque talaga, and it's hard not to notice her, especially when it comes to ramping. And so she really slayed the front runners in her simple and clean walk with her hands just in the right places. Gusto ko yun. Yung likod niya kamay niya nasa likod lang. The whole time. And ang linis talaga at ang haba-haba din ng bias niya. And the only reason why I'm putting her so high in this list is she is finally getting her styling right. Yes, that straight hair really looks good on her in offsetting or balancing her strong facial features. Grabe. Every turn and twirl that she did was very commendable, and I'm not surprised. She worked as a model, and sana lahat ng mga frontrunners ganito kalinis maglakad ni Elle. And now we go to my top 3, and number 3 on my list here is, surprise, Janet Hammond from the Filipino community of Southern California. Like Miss Mariveles, this lady has been severely overlooked in this competition. She has been such a strong catwalker on stage, and it's sad that she has been getting the calls since the competition started. Kung pagalingan lang talaga sa rampahan din, this lady that should really be up there. The control, the restraint, cleanliness in her walk that she employed here are all impressive. Alam mo, she is just so confident on stage. Now, I'm wondering why she is hardly registering among us pageant fans and judges. Hindi ko alam kung kulang sa charisma, hindi ko alam o hindi natin ba na-appreciate yung level of beauty niya, pero hindi ko maintindihan as she has been very consistent from the very beginning. Magaling magsalita, magaling may personality, may character, may backstory. As she is a married woman joining this competition. So, a lot of things are going for her, pero hindi natin siya napapansin. So, let me know, what do you think? Bakit hindi siya ganun natin ma-appreciate? And now we go to my runner-up of this list, and I'm giving it to Raven Doctor from Palawan. Yes, finally, she's finally being noticed. I'm going to be generous with my praise for this lady this time around. I know we were all surprised that she wasn't included in the top 20 call, but if I were a judge, this lady should have been up there. Ang linis-linis talaga ng lakad niya from start to finish, devoid of any facial theatrics or gimmickry on stage. I mean, umpisa pa lang, napansin niyo the moment that she came out on stage, you could really feel her strong stage presence. And as soon as she walked and twirled towards the middle in the end, everything was just so smooth and flawless. At salamat naman sa Diyos, napapansin na rin talaga siya ng mga tao because it has been such a head-scratcher why she hasn't been registering too among us pageant fans. Because when it comes to rampahan talaga, she also delivers. I think I now know the reason why she hardly registers among us pageant fans. Siguro dahil natatapangan tayo or nai-intimidate tayo sa look niya because of her facial features. Because if you always watch her performances so far, she is always fierce and hardly smiles. And that kind of probably is the reason why it's intimidating the judges. So it is in this note that I would love for her to connect more to the judges by smiling more to develop charisma. I think yun na lang talaga ang kulang. What do you think? And finally, we go to my number 1 spot and I'm giving it to Tara Valencia from Baguio City. Among all the front runners in this year's competition, dito na ako kay Tara tumataya for this segment of the competition. And I just love how everything is so effortless and flawless with her catwalk execution here. Na the moment she came out, even from afar, ramdam na ramdam ko na talaga yung presensya niya on stage. And as she started walking, because I was there, even her eyes were having a character on its own. Na charming and smizing everyone with her killer beauty. Ganda. And ang ganda-ganda din talaga ng mga facial transitions niya, which, and that twirl towards the end is super the cherry on top of her cake. Na everything was just so fluid. And even the hairstyling was on point too. Lahat ng klaseng buhok binabagayan ni Tara. So ganyan siya ka-universal ang beauty niya. And that's why I'm putting her on my number 1 spot. And that side pose too, kung napanood nyo, before she did her spin towards the end, before she walked back, wow, I felt her magic there. Similar to how I felt for Adriana Martinez of Dominican Republic from way back before in New Orleans, na naramdaman ko yung spark niya. So, alam mo yun? So that's why I'm putting her on my number 1 spot, because among all the ladies in this year's competition, naramdaman ko talaga yung spark and magic sa kanya. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? Ayan na, guys, trinay ko talaga yung best ko talaga maging objective. Hindi ako nagpadala sa mga frontrunner status ng mga ng competition na to. Talagang tignan ko mabuti talaga yung mga pasarela skills nila. Kasi alam ko na parang ayoko rin naman kayo palaging i-shortchange ulit at ayoko isipin nyo na palaging I'm only catering to the wishes of my followers or the most popular or the fans of the most popular delegates in this year's competition. So I really tried my best to really, review all their catwalk on stage, and this is what I came out with. So do you agree with my list? Well, let me know down below the comment section so I can see kung ano yung mga difference natin when it comes to nitpicking these girls in this segment of the competition. Alright, guys, ang haba ng vlog ko for today's video, but I hope you will still be able to appreciate it. Thank you so much for the high viewership from time to time, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!